we're coming back doing some chicken and some salmon. And these are the ingredients that we're going to be using. All right, guys. We have chicken here and we have salmon. So, the first step you're going to do when it comes to making any type of dish, you're going to make sure you clean your meat, whatever you do. Always make sure you got some soapy water ready to clean whatever you need to clean. Right now, I'm going to clean this chicken. And then we're going to cut it up. And then also, we're going to do the salmon and do the same thing. All right, so now we're going to clean the salmon. I'll put the chicken over there. And then now I'm going to clean the salmon. All right, so what are we going to do with this meat here? We have salmon and we have chicken. So we're going to make fried salmon tenders. And then we're going to do chicken tenders. But this salmon is going to be fried in the pan. And there's chicken tenders is what we're going to do. And we're going to put it in the air fryer and cook it in the air fryer. Like I said, we're going to be doing salmon tenders. You're just going to cut them straight down like a tender shape. So the first thing is done, or you can cut it the way you want to. It doesn't matter. You can put it in cubes. You can do it straight, however you would like to. Now we're going to cut up the chicken, of course, with a different knife. And I'm going to cut this into chicken tenders, and this one is going to go into the air fryer. All right, so now that I have cut a lot of the fat off, cut the bone off, I'm going to wash it again and rinse all the excess fat off, and then cut it up into strips like this. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take these seasonings and do step by step. So we're going to start off with the salmon, and then we'll work on the chicken. All right, for this salmon, what we're going to be using is Creole seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, garlic salt, and seasoned salt. And later on, what we're going to do, we're going to put some of this dash in our flour. It says salt-free. But what I like about the Mrs. Dash, it has a lot of spices and herbs in it. So I put it in my flour. All right.
Our first seasoning is going to be the garlic powder and the onion powder. And you just spray over it. And I just rub that in. Rub it in. It smells so good. So then I'm going to do the Creole seasoning. Now you can put as much as you want.
Sorry about that. Now this Creole seasoning always make a girl sneeze. But they say, if you ain't sneezing, you ain't seasoning. So let's get our garlic salt and our seasoned salt on there. And then we're gonna finish up a simple seasoning for the salmon. Now, I don't put a lot of red seasoning on my food, but you can put as much as you want. I advise not to put too much so that it won't be salty. And then a little, just a sprinkle of the red seasoning. And you got your salmon seasoned. If you want, you could put a little more Creole or a little more garlic, you know. But I don't like too much, so. All right, there you go. You have your salmon seasoned, ready to go. And I'm going to just let that sit here for a minute and marinate in the seasoning. All right, so now for the chicken. First off, let me wash my hands since I just finished seasoning the salmon. So let me wash my hands. All right, so for our chicken, we're going to use the garlic salt, or seasoning salt, Weber kick it in chicken seasoning. And always make sure your chicken is definitely seasoned. And there you go. All right, so we're gonna do the breading, like I said, for the salmon. I put a little flour in there. I put the classic fried Louisiana breading mix, and I mix it up. And this is where I put in the Mrs. Dash, all the herbs and spices. Looks good, huh? And then if we want to do, I do a little hot sauce in my egg mix. You don't have to do this part, just something I'm experimenting with. Yeah. You just mix it up. And then we're gonna go to the stove. All right, so first off, we're gonna check and make sure our grease is really hot. In this case, it's not, so we're gonna wait till that gets hot. All right, while our grease is waiting to get hot, since we're waiting for it to get hot, in this case with the chicken, you don't have to use none of the egg or the flour. You can just put it inside. See? I'm gonna put some parchment paper at the bottom, or you can put foil. And then I'm gonna drizzle a little olive oil on my chicken and then put it in there and let it cook. All right, in this case, so I'm gonna put the chicken inside here. And this is breast meat. So I like my breast meat a little moist, have a little moisture to it and not dry. So I'm going to be putting a little olive oil on it and then let it cook. All right, our chicken is ready to go. We're gonna put it in there and get it started. I put the olive oil on the chicken already. All right, I guess it'll be good if I plug it up. All right, there we go. I'm gonna turn it on and start at 15. All right, so now I believe our grease is ready to go, you guys. All right, so we got the salmon ready to go. We're gonna dip the salmon in the egg. I usually use gloves for this, but I ran out. I have to go out and get some more. So I'm gonna be making a little mess here, but I will be cleaning it up. And then we're gonna put it inside the grease. Okay. We're gonna turn that down a little bit. We don't want it to cook too fast. All right, and you go on and on. All right. All right, guys, we got 6 minutes left on the air fryer. Let's check it out. Open it up. Ooh, looking good, huh? But it's still got some time to cook. So we're gonna keep going. And then, like I said, we're gonna let that cook out the rest of the 6 minutes. All right, this is our ending of our cooking for today. We have our chicken that was actually cooked in the air fryer, bedded with some spinach with garlic and butter. And here is your fried salmon tenders with some crab fried rice that I had. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe and like the page. And I will definitely be having more items coming. Thank you.